So while we are on the topic of Louie Ruelas, last week on my Instagram, a listener, slid into my DMs and sent me a whole bunch of documents that had to do with Louie Ruelas. And at that point, I shared one page of it on my story and I ran a little poll. And then the story got picked up by a whole bunch of influencers and people have been talking about the documents. So first of all, I have to say thank you to my listener who decided to bring those documents to me. You guys are my eyes and ears out there. So it's always appreciated when people send me stuff. So I feel like if you want to know a little bit more about that, you can go online. There's a ton of information from social media influencers when it comes to that. But in a nutshell, it appears like Louie took a $1 million loan on the property, on the mansion that we see on the show. So it's very interesting because it does not appear like the loan is from a bank or financial institution. It looks like it's from just a regular person, a private lender. So there's a lot of speculation as to why Louie would need $1 million right now. And for me, I just think that, Louie has a whole bunch of lawsuits right now. He's knee deep into that lawsuit with Kevin Johnson and Bo Dietl. And rumor has it on the street, and I've broke that story to you guys before, that Louie is allegedly paying for Bo Dietl's attorney fees. And Bo Dietl has retained the services of Joe Tacopina. And for those of you who know who Joe Tacopina is, he is not cheap to retain. Okay, he is a very, very, very expensive attorney. And Louie has to pay for his own legal fees through Jeremy Iandolo and all of that. Now, other people have said that Louie is currently being investigated, allegedly. And that could be another reason why Louie needs access to some quick cash. Now, the house that we see on the show is registered under an LLC. The name of the LLC is It Happened on Bay Boulevard LLC. For those of you who do not know this, Bay Boulevard is the street that Teresa and Louie met on at the shore, at the Jersey Shore. So anyways, at some point in time, I think Teresagiudice was a participant of that LLC. And right before they got married, her name was taken off the LLC. Now, I don't know why this happened, but according to Gabriella, in a recent interview with, was it Dana Wilkie? Or I think it might have been Dana, but she said on that interview that Teresa keeps her money separate from Louie. And that's kind of how she wants to keep it, because if she's not involved in his finances, she can, like, if something wrong happens to Louie, she won't be involved, kind of thing, right? So it's the classic case of don't ask, don't tell. She just turns a blind eye to all of Louie's finances. And she's admitted that herself when she was doing the podcast with Melissa Feaster. She admitted that she doesn't ask Louie anything that has to do with his finances, which is ludicrous considering what happened to her before, right? You should ask questions. So maybe Louie is also trying to help pay for Gabriella's college because because we know that he said on the show that Teresa said on the show that Louie was helping pay for college. So that might be a reason why he needs access to $1 billion right now, right? Some people have also alluded to Louie's business partner, Joe Marinucci, and all of this, guys, is alleged. I'm just giving you a quick summary as to what all of the options could be. Some people have said that when Joe Marinucci got divorced, he gave some funds to Louie, maybe $1 million, to hide into the property, Louie's property, just so he didn't have to give that into the divorce, right? So there's that too. What else? Some people think that Louie might be planning an exit. Maybe he's trying to take some cash out of the home right now, and maybe he intends on leaving Teresa. the property or something like that. So I don't know. Those are all of the rumors that are out there, but it's quite entertaining. One thing that is a little bit less entertaining is that Teresa still owes a lot of taxes to the government, and I think it's just over $500,000 or something like that. So I don't know, guys. I don't really think it's a good look to be traveling all over the place, everywhere, and living like very large and above your means if you owe all of this money to the government still. I'm not saying that she's not making her payments and all of that. And yes, life does continue, and Teresa is allowed to have some fun, but it just seems a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit irresponsible to be vacationing and jet setting all over the world in some of the nicest places on the planet when you owe so much money to the government still. And that's another thing that I find, that's the reason why I don't believe Louie is paying towards Gabriella's education, is because I think that if Louie really had the money, really had the finances, he would have helped pay down some of Teresa's debts first. That's kind of like the more important thing here. So it doesn't really make sense that he wouldn't pay for that, but he would pay for college kind of thing. And I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think he has it all that much like he says he does. But I think that they need to start looking into that, and especially with all of the rumors of the show ending or rebooting and all of that, I think it would be more responsible for the pair to, or even just for Teresa, to start looking really deeply into her finances. You never know. She might be at loss of an income very shortly. So that's something to think about.